Let's go.
PlayStation Drive is starting. While you wait, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon on YouTube to be notified of future goodness. If you enjoy our show, we'd love it if you gave us a 5-star review or rating on your podcast service of choice. To continue the conversation, join the Carpool Gaming Discord, where you can find a wholesome community to have a chit chat with. For some exclusive content, you can also support us on Patreon. And finally, don't forget to check out the Carpool Gaming website for an awesome range of merch. Links to all that and more are in the show notes, but without further ado, let's get revved up for the PlayStation Drive. Whoa!
What's up, everybody? Welcome on in to the PlayStation Drive, episode 180. Only 20 more until 200. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan, and I'm joined, as always, by Fulia, Matt, and Ron. How's everyone doing on this lovely, lovely Chunday evening or Chunday morning, depending on where you are in the world?
Is it Chunday morning for anybody? Who is it? No, it's Monday morning for Fulia.
No, it's not morning. It's afternoon, actually.
Yeah, close enough. Close enough. That's good.
Sunday for me and Matt.
Yeah. You can definitely tell it's the end of the year. We're ready to go to sleep at this point. We're recording a little bit later than normal this evening, but you're going to get us one last time in the year of our Lord 2024. I'm very, very excited. Matt's doing the one more experience. I didn't know if Matt actually had a question or not, or what he was doing over there. But that's okay. Audio listeners don't even know what's going on here, so I mean, we should just get right into it because I've been hearing. Ever since we started the show, ever since I pressed the go live button, I've been hearing a knock at my door. Housekeeping. So, of course, we've got new patrons over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Of course, we've got Hot Gamer Boy Summer, who upgraded to the exclusive tier, from the normal tier, the $1 tier. And then Toxic, who's coming on here as a gold member. So shout out to our two brand new patrons over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, where, of course, you can find all kinds of exclusive content, all of our podcasts early and ad-free, and a lot of good stuff over there, including, of course, brand new Patreon content. Of course, my episode of the Pants Patreon podcast for Patrons podcast is out right now. Go listen to it. It went out this morning, so you can go check that out. I kind of reflect back on the year that was 2024, answered some good questions. Of course, Josh had like 10 questions for me, but that's beside the point. It was a lot of fun to go through all of them, so make sure to check that out. And then we're taking a pause on the Pants podcast until the new year, and Sean will be up next in the year of our Lord 2025. So make sure to leave questions for him. The question post for that will go up on January 6th. So make sure to leave questions for Sean at that point. This, of course, brings me to the very important point that tonight's podcast will be Carpool Gaming's last live podcast of the year, the PlayStation Drive. We're rounding up the year with us. So make sure, of course, to come back in the new year. However, the podcast feed will not be empty over the course of the break. We will have new content on the podcast feed go out, such as the Game of the Year show will be out on Christmas Day. That is kind of our Christmas gift to y'all on the free feeds. And then the following week, we will be highlighting a classic PlayStation Drive episode. So make sure to tune in for that one. I've handpicked it. I even recorded a new intro and everything for it. So make sure to check that out. We'll have that up on the week of New Year's Eve, which, by the way, of course, New Year's Eve, we will have a new episode of Campfire come out, and that'll be the last Patreon piece of content this year. And Matt, we also have your Xenobabes, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 spoiler cast. It's out right now. People should go listen to that as well. So again, lots of good stuff on the Patreon. Lots of stuff to catch up on over the holidays, because even though we will be on break until January 9th when the Nintendo Drive comes back, we have lots of content that y'all probably need to pick up on. So make sure to check. Oh my god, y'all in the chat are killing Yarden's just like
Yarden.
This is the last
Whoops.
podcast ever, and then Riley is just ripping PlayStation drives. So. Guys, it's not the last episode ever. Last podcast of the year. We'll be back. In fact, the first date back for this show in particular will be on January 12th on the Sunday, or Chunday if you prefer. So we will be back that day when y'all are ready for us.
Yeah, it's not over.
Yeah, exactly. And then last thing, of course, we've got our merch on our website. And this is going to be the last time you're going to hear me say this. But Xenobabes is back. Of course, we've got the Xenobabe t-shirt still fresh from the Disney Vault. But this is only available till the end of the month. And this will be the last time I tell you this on a podcast. Because when we return in the new year, this t-shirt will be gone forever. It will be returned to the Disney Vault.
Shame.
For shame.
No.
So make sure, of course, to grab yours now if you haven't yet. Of course, since it's the holiday season, we've also got Xenobabes merch as well. We've got a sticker. We've got a cool mug, which I learned this week on RPG Cave has multiple colored handles. If you want to customize it
Fancy.
in the Christmas colors, you also have also got hoodies, sweatshirts, and of course what I refer to as the Australian Christmas sweater, a t-shirt.
Yep.
So make sure to
I
grab.
have mine. I've got a koala la 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 t-shirt right now.
Nice. That's quite the festive sweater you've got going on there. So, of course, carpoolgaming.com.
Should have known.
Xenobabes merch. Grab that merch, y'all, says Lockleth. I couldn't agree more. The Lockleth. Well, without further ado, that's all the housekeeping I have for y'all. So let's grab our eye tracks, pop them in. It's time to talk for the play. It's time to talk about the games we played this week for the last time this year. Ron, start us off, my friend.
All right. Start off with a indie game that I had high hopes for because I liked the way it looked. The story seemed promising, but Arise, the simple story, kind of let me down with the gameplay itself. Goodness, where to begin? So any game that has platforming in it, you would think that the platforming would be tight, responsive, not clunky. And there was a lot of that in Arise. And also the time mechanic. You constantly used it for everything. I get it. It's a puzzle platformer. But when you're doing it for every single thing, doing the time forward, doing the time backward, over and over and over again, on top of the clunky platforming, it just wore me down. And by the time I got to that second area, I was just like, yeah, I'm good. I didn't feel I needed to press on through that one, so that ended up getting dropped.
Wow.
So
But
after that, I spun the wheel and I got Chia.
Chia.
I had high
Tell
hopes
us about
for
it,
it,
Ron.
but then I found out one of my friends was able to save me the pain of even starting the game up.
What? You
And
got
told me-
convinced out of it?
Yep. When he told me about the map, and he said, Ron, there is no way to tell where you are on the map. You have to use your surroundings. Say what? In the year of our Lord, 2024?
Yeah.
I don't got any time for that. I mean, what?
Memorize it, Ron.
No, thank
Memorize
you.
it.
No,
Figure it
thank
out.
you. I don't care about compass being in the game. You show me where I'm at on the map so I can sit there and do what I need to do. I don't need to sit there and be looking at signs and, you can sit there and go through the trees and all. No, that's okay. So, no, thank you. That didn't even bother getting installed. I was like, well, that's not going to happen then.
Wow.
Yep.
Seriously?
Nope.
Didn't
Yep.
even install it.
Skipped
Damn.
it completely.
Look what you did to poor Lockleth here. I'm so upset at Ron.
I know
regarding
Locke
Chia.
is
It's
mad
not
at
even
me.
funny.
I know. It's
Damn.
kind of like the same thing that happened with the Pigeon Doctor game. But that's only, sometimes it
What? The what?
just happens.
The
No,
what?
I forgot what the name
What
of it was.
pigeon
It was,
doctor
it was
game?
like a pigeon. He was a doctor. I can't remember the name of it.
Now,
But-
Ron, Jan32 wants
What
to
is
remind
this?
you that you having to use maps to get around, or I should say, use your surroundings to get around. That's kind of like real life.
John, this is the same argument you had in the PS Drive channel. We're talking about a little girl who can sit there and possess animals. So don't talk to me about real life.
Yarn, of course, points out, I love how Ron spins the wheel 8 times a day now.
Yeah.
Well, it happened twice. But
You got
yes. Yeah.
It's okay.
So, no, Chia wasn't happening. Make the map improve, and I'll go back to it. But for now, that's going to sit there and just stay on the hard drive, hidden away. That'll be fine. But what I am enjoying It's Chicken Police.
Okay,
That game
all right. I'm
is
here.
fun.
For
What game
this.
is this?
Yes.
So
I was
it's a
gonna say, I
point and
don't know
click.
what this
It's a
is.
point and click game. You're playing as animals, but you are a chicken, and your partner is a chicken. Hence the reason why you call yourselves Chicken Police. And it's kind of a detective, dark noir, look to it. It's like an old school detective movie, pretty much, and it is a really fun game so far. I'm only about 4 hours in, but I think it's supposed to be about like a 10-hour game. I don't care how long it is. This game is fun. This has not let me down, so I'm enjoying that very much so.
the first one, right?
Yeah, I don't think Into the Hive is out, or if it's not on consoles. I think it's just
It's
PC.
not on consoles yet. No.
Yeah, but
No.
nah.
Ron, I just have to point out from the chat here, speaking of disappointment, you've disappointed Riley King. Wait, I thought Ron had respect for the wheel. What happened?
I'm not really sure what he means. The wheel can pick, but doesn't mean I have to play it.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
That is something I
How the
learned.
wheel
That was an interesting loophole that I learned, Ron.
I was
when
gonna
I
say,
did my
I-
own wheel entries coming up in January.
I feel like there's
What's wrong
like
for
Ron's
ya?
got his own loopholes for the wheel.
It's not a loophole. If I don't like a game, I'm not going to play it. I mean, that's that. That's not a
You
loophole
didn't
at all.
even give Chia a chance.
There is no proper map in that game. I got
Oh
like
my
130 some games to play. Chia is not going to be missed. I'll be fine.
Wow.
Koala, what you can do is get up with them and tell the dev to put a proper map in the game, and I'll play it.
Oh yeah, 'cause
Proper
I
map is your
totally
own
know
senses.
the devs personally.
Just walk
Oh,
over to their
wow.
house. They're close, right? That's how that works.
Yeah, or you
Yeah.
you unlock it together. You unlock together can get up with the devs and say put a proper map in the game. All it's going to take is an indicator to show where I'm at.
Okay, give us a moment while we fly over to New Caledonia.
I don't even know
Get
where
it
that is
done.
on the map.
I don't even know where that
I'll
is.
handle
Is
it.
that far?
All I know is it's in the Pacific Ocean.
You can find it.
Wow.
You can find it. If anybody can sit there and make it happen, it's you guys. So get
Wow.
that map fixed, and I'll get right into the game.
Jeez.
Good God.
She'll need a map to get there first. Oh my god.
What?
Use
I
your
was gonna
surroundings, Matt. Use your surroundings.
say, use your surrounding to find out where New
Apparently.
Caledonia is.
Sure.
Good
Wow.
All right. Anyways, Matt, please save us. What did you play? Matt?
It's gonna be hard to follow up on.
Well, clearly you
I'll try
also
my best.
abandoned games this week, so you're not out of the woods either.
That's right. That's right. So while Ron has been upsetting all the Chia fans, I'm about to upset all the Yoko Taro fans. I've officially abandoned Dragon Guard 3.
Oh,
Couldn't do
no.
it.
What happened?
This is twice. I've tried it. Nothing in particular. Just I took a break when I was playing 1000 Times Resist in Greece, and I was really enjoying both games for different very reasons. And after putting them down, and just the idea of going back to Dragon Guard 3 and just grinding through like monotonous gameplay, even though the story's good, I was like, I can't. Even if it's a podcast, I'm like, I can't. There's other games that I'm actually having fun playing. Whereas Dragon Guard 3, it's like a chore. Okay, like yes, okay. Throw your tomatoes and cans at me for being a fake Yoko Taro fan. I couldn't do it. I could not finish the last Yoko Taro game that I actually owned. I couldn't do it. I'll watch a YouTube video. I love all those other games, but Dragon Guard 3, that gameplay it's not fun.
As long as you
It's-
see
it's
the
just-
Ash Baby ending, that's all I want you to see.
I'll watch it on YouTube. It won't be the same, but I can't. I can't.
It's all right.
And I'm only
once,
and I
you,
know
once you see it, it'll be worth it.
then I doubt if I see the Ash Baby ending, it's gonna make me want to go through the gameplay again. It's just I can't. I'm only in the second playthrough. Like I got like 3 or 4 more to go through. So I was like, you know what?
yeah. Sounds
So
like a
no,
great
I officially
time.
banned it. No, it was less than mid. All right, like it's
Less
just
than mid.
the gameplay is it's just not that fun. Like he has other games that are far better. This one is not it. So you know what? I've officially banned it. I've tried it twice. I'm not going to do it. So I have officially moved on to other games. I'm still playing Crypt Custodian for the Backtrackers. It is our game that we're playing as a community for the Backtrackers. We're meeting up on January 4th between 11 a.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Eastern time. So if you play the game, you want to check it out, you can join us in the Discord. Honestly, I'm surprised at how much I like this game. Like on the surface, this is not a game for me. Like it's hard. It's very hard. But I love it. Like it's just the controls are very tight. It is very reminiscent to Death's Door, like a top-down dungeon crawler and a Metroidvania, and yeah, you're just a dead cat that doesn't make it into paradise, and then they're teaching you to, well, she's like, go clean up the afterlife with a broom. You don't clean up stuff. You actually don't clean up anything. You're just killing everything with your broom, just whacking everything. But it's really a lot of fun. It's just really really deep systems. Um, there's different there's different buffs that you can pick. You obviously can't equip all of them, so you have to be very selective in terms of what you want to use to progress and what you want to use for a boss fight. So I know for one boss fight I got stuck just because I wasn't being smart with the buffs I was using. Like for like half an hour I had this buff on that if you kill enemies they explode. You don't need that for a boss fight because there's only one enemy. So that was useless. So I took that off and put on something else. So it's a lot of trial and error. Um, my only critique is, well, you know what? The game does it deliberately. The Metroidvania aspect of it is it's very unclear of where you're supposed to go unless you have like photographic memory, which I don't. So I have a bunch of markers on my maps, but I'm like, I actually don't remember which one I'm supposed to go to after which power up I have. Now you can use in-game currency to actually tell you where to go. So I guess it's technically done deliberately, but I don't want to use my in-game currency to tell me where to go. I'd rather use it to buy a power up. So now I'm just like hopping all over the place to figure it out. But otherwise, it's a phenomenal game. I highly recommend it. Even somebody like me can enjoy it on normal, but there's hard mode, there's easy mode, so there's lots of choices. Question from the press pool.
Oh, thank
Yes,
you.
Ryan.
Thank you for acknowledging my question. And it's the same question that John32 has in the chat, because we must have shared the same brain here. So now that you've played this difficult game and you know that you can play difficult games now, is Elden Ring next, Matt? What's going on here?
Absolutely not. No. I still can't buy new games, so Elden Ring's just out of the
That's
question.
coming up very soon, though, that you'll be able to buy new games.
Come on, you're
listen,
the custodian
right now-
lord. You're the custodian lord. You could be the Elden Lord next.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I?
Matt, you're
Can
only
I
a
really?
week and a half away from being able to buy new games. Can you believe that?
It's very exciting, but you know what? Elden Ring's on. It's on a really deep discount. It's like $30 here in Canada, but I'm a little bit worried that January 1st it'll be 89, and oh no, I can't buy it. Oh, that's too bad.
Please, the holiday sales will
anyways,
still be happening.
You sound oh so hurt.
yeah. Also, sorry. That's too bad. Listen. I'm a custodian lord. I'm a cat with the broom. Okay, that's very different from whatever it is that you're in. What did we pick, Fulia? Another ring? What were we? A mage with a mace?
I think it was
You
a
guys
Holy.
picked a horrible build, to be honest.
What? No, we
Real
didn't.
talk. Real talk. Your build
They
was
look
bad.
cool.
Your build was bad.
Complicated
So
game.
what? We played. That's
yeah.
it. End of
We-
story.
Yeah.
You can
Listen.
do it, Matt. If you do a correct build.
Is there a cat build? Is there a cat with a broom build? Then I'll play.
I mean, you can use a broom if you want to.
Yeah, probably don't advise it, but you could.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Yeah.
advise you to do
I wanna-
that.
if I could be if I could be like the
Sweep away those
custodian with a
enemies.
broom.
I
Exactly.
still think, though,
Exactly.
when the Elden Ring multiplayer games comes out, the four of us should play it and have a good. We'll
Well,
have
Well,
a
the
great
bad
time.
thing is, it's only three. It's only
You're
three
not gonna
players,
sell it.
which is
Well,
a little
well,
crazy.
I guess Fulia,
Yeah, okay,
you
I'm
know,
good to stay
Oh,
back.
Fulia,
It's
you
fine.
can have my spot.
No,
It's
no,
okay,
no,
Fulia, you
Matt.
can have my spot.
Matt, you've proven
Oh,
that you're good
no.
at hard games, so Ron and I will carry you through it. It'll be great, and you'll come along for the ride, and we'll have
Fulia
fun.
yelling
you
at
have
Matt,
more
though, is going to be
experience than
missed.
I do.
Actually, you
No,
know what?
I don't have-
Ron,
yeah.
I came
Stay
up with the
put.
perfect solution. You and I play, by ourselves, but then Fulia and Matt share the same controller
No,
again.
no.
Yeah.
Oh,
That way we can all play
No.
together. That way we can all play
I'm
together.
okay with that.
I mean, Fulia, come
I'm okay
on.
with that.
You get to yell at Matt again,
not
which is
bad.
great.
No,
on,
no,
it's
no,
working.
That's
no.
not bad. That's not bad.
No,
I'll think about it.
yeah. She banished herself to the Shadow Realm.
No.
Anyways,
Wow.
you
It,
messed
it
up all the
could.
order here. Come on. Anyways,
We'll think
Matt,
about
I
it.
believe you have
We'll think
another
about
game
it.
to tell us about now that we're done talking about Elden Ring.
I do. Big thank you and shout out to PlayStation Canada because they sent me a copy of Astrobot. So I'm
Yes!
finally getting to experience. Yes. I finally get to experience what everyone's talking about. I mean, this is the game of the year, friends. Like it's the FOMO was hurting even before it won the award. Like I absolutely adored Astro's Playroom. Like it is such a phenomenal game. And when that game came out, every PlayStation fan said the same thing. We want more. And just a bigger, full-fledged Astrobot game. We just wanted it, and I don't know if I was just very negative. I wasn't sure if Sony was going to do it, just because it seemed like they had different priorities, especially in 2020 with their multiplayer games shutting down a lot of studios. I wasn't sure, so when they announced Astrobot, I was very, very excited, and yeah, I couldn't buy it this year, but luckily I got to experience it. And friends, it lives up to the hype. Like, this is pure happiness and pure joy, especially if you're a PlayStation fan. You know what? Scratch that. Even if you're not a PlayStation fan, I still feel like it's pure joy and fun. I actually truly do believe that. Like, even
Very
without,
much.
if you don't get, like, obviously you get the nostalgia hits more, but like, those things are here and there. Like, it's not like the entire game is reliant on nostalgia. Like, it is a phenomenal platformer. Like, this took a lot of notes from Mario Odyssey, but they made it their own, and it's fantastic. Like, just the music, the presentation of it, it is so much fun. Like, it's just a fun game that just makes you feel like warm and fuzzy inside. So it's just highly recommended, friends. Oh, question from the press pool. Yes, Ron.
Matt, friend, do you feel that Astrobot is a system seller for the PlayStation?
Absolutely. Like, absolutely. I think it is a system seller. And I mean that in the sense that I feel like if you're interested in what Sony is mostly known for, which is, The Last of Us, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, I'd assume you would have repurchased the system already. I feel like if those were the types of games, you would have bought it. However, if those aren't necessarily your jam and you're looking for something a little bit different, more fun, more energetic, Astrobot could be that thing that sells it, in my opinion. And I'm hoping that, with the recognition that it's been receiving, especially from the Game Awards, that it's pushing people to not just buy a PlayStation, but to play, Astro's Playroom and Astrobot, to see that there's more games to Sony PlayStation than just games like The Last of Us and God of War. There's other stuff. And I think more importantly, I'm hoping this teaches, Herman, okay, pick up my phone call next time. Please stop blocking me, okay? You need to listen. We need more games like Astrobot. We need more games like Conquer Genie. Please stop blocking me. Just pick up my phone call. That's what we want. That's all I'm asking.
Or even just,
Please.
stuff like Ratchet and
Please.
Clank, like Rift Apart. Like, that was another game that kind of fit the same mold that you're talking about too. Like, a very colorful and just fun game to play.
Yeah, it's there's more to PlayStation than just depressing single player games. There's more to it. There's lots of variety, and Astrobot is that thing. Like, I'm very tempted to let my son play it because he enjoys that type of stuff. So it's just, I'm just so glad that, again, it's out. Everybody's enjoying it. It's getting recognition, and again, it's hopefully a nice wake up call to Herman and everybody else that try more stuff.
We
Okay?
know it's selling
Push
really
the
well, too.
envelope.
They've put it.
It
Said
is.
it's sold
Is it?
over 10 million already. So.
Are you
I would
serious?
yes. So I would imagine that this is they will definitely get a sequel to it at some point. But then also, I think that this is a sign that maybe they do more games like this.
I think Astrobot is a pillar amongst like Nathan Drake, Joel Miller and everything. Like, I'm not saying to give me
Oh, so you want to
an
give it a
Astro.
seat at the table? Okay.
I was gonna say, I think it's just a seat at the table. Now, I don't want an Astrobot, Mario Kart clone or something like that, but just lean into it. People like Astrobot. Oh my gosh.
I want Astrobot karting, Astrobot golf, Astrobot tennis.
Oh no! Oh,
I want all that
You know what?
Oh.
You know what?
Astrobot
That's right,
Sports?
Ryan.
Yeah.
Yes, Astrobot Sports, Astrobot Baseball, Astrobot Soccer, because Nintendo dropped the ball with those sports games at the Switch. Ryan's right. Now's the time, Sony.
Oh,
That's
if we
what
start
I'm
doing
trying to
that,
show how
the
it's done.
Nintendo fans will never
Yeah.
sit there and stop saying Astrobot's a ripoff if we start doing that. Oh no!
Please, they're going to say that anyways, Ron.
Hey,
we
you're
may
right.
as well.
They'll-
They may as
exactly.
well lead into it.
You're right.
Like, what's stopping them from making PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale 2 starring Astrobot?
Oh lord! Oh
Nothing.
lord!
Nothing's stopping that.
Riley King in the chat. Paper Astrobot. Yes, I want an Astrobot RPG.
Paper
now we're
Astrobot?
cooking.
No,
Now we're cooking,
Yeah.
Riley
come on.
King. Let's go. RPG. Yep. I like it.
Yep.
Love it.
Nintendo's getting the lawyers
that's what I
ready
mean.
already. Stop this.
Yeah. And then they'll even have like a spin-off of Paper Astrobot that'll be Astrobot and Astrugi, like Luigi, and it'll be great. And it'll be
Oh,
like a
God.
side
No.
RPG series. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I want it. I want it all.
Super
Give it to
Smash
me, Sony.
Robot.
Oh,
says Riley.
Give it to
Nintendo,
me.
I don't have anything to do with this. Don't come from my wallet. Go for everybody else's.
Herman will protect us. Herman will protect us from Doug.
Herman
We
will
got
protect
this.
me. Herman will protect me.
Anyways, I'm glad you're playing Astrobot, Matt. And you're finally seeing that what Fulia and I have been, raving about this whole time. And I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it when you finish it. After you get all that. Because you asked all those Astrobots in the end. Because some of those references, too, I think you're going to actually really love later in the game. But, Fulia, tell us what you played.
Yes. Okay, so didn't really play too much, but I suppose it's a good thing for me because, I've been really busy. But the fact that I jump into too many games at once doesn't really help. Especially considering we're close to the end of the year. So
Yep.
I've slowed down on that front. I'm still playing through Last Time I Saw You. I feel like I'm getting pretty close to the end. I think I'm on maybe the last chapter, maybe the second last chapter. It's still really good, and the visuals are just amazing. And yeah, the story is just really, really cool. The other game that I started up playing is Omno, and I feel like I'm pretty close to the end of that one as well. And I have been 100%ing each of the areas because it's not that hard to do. The only thing I'm missing out on are the creature-related trophies, which I feel like I may have to go back and do. But I don't think they'll be that difficult, to be honest. So it's been a very chill game for me, and I've been really enjoying it. It's just a nice little puzzle platformer, and it's not hard. And, some can be slightly challenging trying to figure out how to get to certain places. But once you figure it out, it's pretty simple, and then you just get through it. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. And the gameplay mechanics of Omno is just so good. And the music just takes you on a journey. It is so amazing. I'm loving Omno. Really, really. I'll probably have that platinum before the end of the year, so we'll see.
Coming for Ron's title.
Yes. That's what I like to hear.
Although, Ron, we can officially crown you the winner. The PlayStation Drive winner.
I can't do it. I can't accept it.
There's a real crown.
It's not the end of the year yet.
I never said it was till the end of the year. I said till the last show of the year.
Yep.
I'm not going to take it.
You agreed to that last week, and now you're changing your mind on us?
Koala,
What's going on there?
I'm going to sit there and wait and give you to the end of the year. I can't
The end of the year.
It's only fair.
Time.
It's only fair. You got time.
Wow, okay.
Okay, Ron. But just so you know, next show, I'm going to give you that crown, and you're going to have to take it. Okay? You can't just keep putting this off forever.
Next show, if Koala doesn't catch me, I'll take the crown. I'll take it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, Fulia, the offer still stands. I can send you my copy of Hannah Montana on PlayStation.
No, I'm good. By the time it gets here, it'll be the new year.
It's fine. The Canada Post strike is over now.
Yeah, see, there you go.
There's a huge backlog.
Still gonna take 3 months.
What number are you on? How many plaques you got right now?
It hasn't changed. Since.
How many was it?
10.
All you need is 10 more, and you can tie with me.
I'm
got this.
halfway.
Double.
Jeez.
It's
You got
double your
this.
My
score.
name is
gonna
Mayo
double
Trilogy. My name is Mayo's Trilogy.
Yep.
Platinums right
Yeah,
now.
I definitely have all the
Yep.
time in the world for I've got what 7-8 days before the end of the year.
Just call your boss.
I've got
You have
10 games I could definitely
Call your boss.
platinum.
Tell him you got something more pressing that you have to handle. You'll see him in the new year.
The surefire solution
right.
is we'll buy you 5 of those Sakura visual novel games, which come with a platinum that you can get in 5 minutes on both PlayStation 5 and
Wow,
PlayStation
okay.
4. They have their own platinums, but in a week you'll catch up.
Oh.
Koala, don't do
No,
it.
no cheap plats over here. No cheap plats.
That's right. Keep it pure.
What are
Keep
those?
it pure.
What are those names of the game, Ryan?
Oh,
the
no.
names again,
Matt,
please?
There are the Sakura games. They're kind of
Oh.
like dating sims, but not really.
Anyway.
You can't even buy new games, Matt. Don't you dare.
Yeah, you can't buy new games.
Oh boy. I've also played a demo, because it wouldn't be me if I didn't play a demo, of a game that was awarded Best Woman-Led Game at the Indie Game Awards. And it is for a game called Mexico Nintendo. Oh my gosh, Nintendo. Hold on.
Oh.
What?
My brain.
Now we're
just
really gonna
went
get
Nintendo
all
sued.
over
ninjas
the
are going
place.
to swarm us.
That's
if-
it.
Let me
Herman's
start that
calling
again.
me.
Now they're really
Herman's
covered.
calling me.
Now we've done
Oh,
it.
God.
Now they want us.
I'm just going to put him on mute.
Rewind. That is not what I was going to say. Mexico 1921, A Deep Slumber. Let me bring up an actual trailer for it, because it's really interesting, and it's got this really sort of noir, well, not really noir, but like the art style is really interesting, and it's a story. It's detective based. It's a murder mystery type of thing. It's based in Mexico, and it's just really, really cool. Yeah, it's like they've got it so that you can have it in English or in Spanish. There's a journalist involved, and you're the journalist most of the time. And it's very political as well. I will preface this. There is a very sort of political heavy topic being overall story. You have to go around, get clues, and take photos and all that sort of stuff for evidence. And yeah, there's like union strikes, all that sort of stuff. And it's just a really interesting story. It looks very unique in the way that it looks as well, that I was very intrigued by when I saw this. So yeah, I checked out the demo for this. You can too. It's available on Steam. And it's just, yeah, it's really fascinating.
This was shown at one of the indie shows, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
okay.
It might have been through the 6-1 Indie Showcase potentially.
I remember seeing this actually at multiple showcases over the summer. Like
okay,
during
that's
summer.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So might that have been what you're thinking, Ron? Yeah.
Potentially. Yeah. So that's that game there, and it's just really, really fascinating. I will also preface there's a lot of profanity in this game, in the story, so do beware of that.
Well, it looked like there was a lot of stuff going on there that profanity would be there. Yeah, so
yeah,
understandable.
For sure. Yeah. So yeah, those are the games I've been playing. But I have one thing that I also want to show that I did show in the Discord already. For those of you
Dragon Age. Yeah, let's go. No,
it's
really?
Not Dragon Age?
No.
Oh.
So for those of you who aren't aware, there was a goal that was set for Extra Life that if we hit a certain goal, that I would get a tattoo, and I did.
Oh.
And it is Bobby. It is our little Extra Life Bobby. I don't know if you can really see it. There it is.
There it is.
Ta-da!
There he is.
And each of the colors represent each of the shows. So green for Xbox Drive, blue for PlayStation Drive, purple for RPG Cave, and then the red one for the Nintendo Drive.
How
Which
dare
those
you
colors
not
will
have the PlayStation Drive color first? This is an outrage.
They're
Paullin,
in a rainbow
disgusting.
order. I did it specifically so that it kind of looks nice as it comes across. I'm living with this for the rest of my life, you know.
Of course you would say they have the Nintendo Drive first, Matt.
Wait, is the Nintendo Drive first? Is it really? No, it's not.
As it should be.
Hold on. Let's see it one more time. Are you sure it's first?
It was left to right.
Just roll
right to
back the
left.
tape.
I'll roll back the tape. I thought it was right to
No,
left.
it's-
Depends how you look at it.
It's
Oh,
you can
Nintendo
go that
Drive
way or
is
that
first.
way. No, I did it so that the colors matched
Oh.
nicely together, not because of who's first and whatever.
Sure it
That's
was.
not how my brain works, okay?
Sure.
But I do need to touch up those colors, so I'll probably go back in a month or so to touch them up to make them a little bit more brighter.
Yes.
Okay.
See?
Come to correct
She'll
the
fix
order.
it. That's right. She'll put it blue first. There you go.
That's right.
Happy?
Blue first.
That's not how
There you go.
touch-ups work.
I don't know. I thought purple is a nice color to have first. I don't know what y'all are thinking.
Purple's okay too.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay with that.
RPG Cave.
I'm okay with that.
Got to represent the cave. But, anyways, it sounds like you had a fun week of games this week. For you. As for me, I'm gonna go very quick with this. I went through because I didn't honestly play a lot this week. I watched a lot of anime this week. A lot of romance anime.
Ooh.
But I went back for Stellar Blade's second ending, basically the true ending this time. Matt, before you get too excited, it's not like Nier where you're supposed to get all the endings and like the gameplay changes up with each of the endings. It's not how that works in this game. There's basically like two kind of like smaller endings, and then there's one kind of like true ending that overrides the other ones. And in fact, like one of the endings is exactly the same as the true ending, but it's just a shorter version of it. So I'm not going back and getting that one. I'm done with Stellar Blade at this point. I've got kind of the what's referred to as the bad ending, and then kind of like the true ending. And now I can finally put that game down forever, unless I feel like going back to it for the platinum. But I'm not. I dropped my platinum pursuit for this game simply because I was just like, I can't keep doing this anymore. I was enjoying it though,
Wow.
but I really like Stellar Blade a lot, but not enough to go for the platinum, which sounds like it's going to take an integral guide to get like all the collectibles.
no.
in it. And
Yeah.
I don't want to do that at this point because
Wow.
you have to collect these soda cans, and there's 50 of them, and they're in missable areas that you can't return to if
no,
you like
thank you.
walk if you
Oh,
walk slightly
no.
past them. So that's why it's
That's
like you really have
stressful.
to have like a very
Yeah.
like precise walkthrough for them, and I'm not doing that. So
Yeah, no thanks.
yep. I played a little Space Marine 2. I got it in the mail finally. It's a lot of fun. It kind of just feels like Gears of War, but a little more melee focused and not as cover based shootery. And it's fun. I'm having fun with that game, but I'm not super far into it. And the other game that I finished this week, I started this week and finished it, is Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. This is the Power Rangers beat 'em up that just came
Oh.
out. It's only 2 hours long because that's how long it took for
Oh,
me
damn.
to finish
It's
it.
okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. Was it good
Yeah,
though?
well, it's
How
like
was
a $50 game though, Matt.
it? Oh, what?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not
Oh,
cheap.
no.
Yeah, it's not
It's not
cheap.
a
That
cheap
ain't right.
game.
Yeah,
That
the
ain't
price I
right now.
quoted is in Canadian dollars, so not American dollars. It's a little bit cheaper in America, but
That's expensive.
It was fun, but I have a problem with this game. So this game is actually at its best when it's got like the beat 'em up sections of the game because it's a lot of fun. It's just kind of like pick up and play, just have fun with your friends, just punching putties in the face, or Goldor, or the turtle with the traffic light on his head, whose name I'm forgetting, things like that. Like it's classic Power Rangers enemies because of course it's going back to like the OG, the first season of Power Rangers, which is what I grew up on. In fact, when I was a kid, I was really obsessed with Power Rangers. So this is like a nice recall for me. But where this game kind of falls apart is where they have these like driving levels that are like on your way to the big Zordon fights where you have like the big robots fighting each other, and both of those just really suck. They just are not fun to play at all. They just feel like a chore. Like it's you're kind of like on rails on like a motorcycle, and you've got this little targeting reticle, and you have to shoot stuff, and they just go on forever, and they're just not fun. So this game, on one hand, is really good with the beat 'em up stuff, but man, the other stuff kills it. Like the Megazord stuff, it sucks because it's not very fun to play.
Oh, no,
it's not
come
very
on.
intuitive,
You dropped
and the
the ball
driving
with that?
stuff sucks.
Oh,
so
that's sad.
That's
it's
too bad. Yeah.
So I could definitely understand like looking at the review scores because I think people were
Yeah, it
kind of
didn't review too
hoping.
well.
Yeah, people were
Oh, it
thinking
didn't?
it was going to
Oh.
review like similarly to something like Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I
Yeah,
think the
that's what I
beat
was
'em up
thinking.
action in the beat 'em up stages is just as good as something like Shredder's Revenge. But it's just it gets weighed down by all this other stuff that just makes it not as fun to play, which is too bad because I think this game had a lot going for it. So I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed with this game. But yeah, I at least played through it. I don't know if I'm ever gonna kind of return to it because, like I said, I don't really love the different stages, and the platinum sounds like it's going to be a pain in the ass to get. So I don't think I'm gonna go for it.
Oh.
Yeah. So there you go. Power Rangers Rita's Revenge. But now, friends, we have to shift into topic of the week. So it is the end of the year, and PlayStation has put up their PlayStation Wrapped. And I informed the rest of the crew here that we are going to go through our PlayStation Wrapped together to see the stats that we kind of got throughout the year, to see kind of what PlayStation told us we did this year. So we're not going to obviously go through everything, but the things I want to cover is like what our favorite, like our top 5 games are, and like our most popular category and things like that. Just a couple quick snippets for people to see kind of like the window into the year that was 2024 for us. So first of all, I think it's only fitting that we talk about our top games first. So we'll go kind of around the horn and talk about what PlayStation says was our 5 most played games. I'll actually start just so everyone else has a chance to go and pull this up on their end. My 5th game. Now here's the thing. This is how I can tell that this is not fully up to date, because my 5th game should be Stellar Blade at 29 hours. However, it did not. This stops collecting data after a certain date. So my number 5 game is Visions of Mana at 26 hours. It is 2% of my overall playtime for the year with 31 trophies. My next up is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth at 47 hours, which was 5% of my playtime. Persona 3 Reload at 64 hours, which was 6% of my playtime. My number 2 game, Dragon Age The Veilguard at 67 hours with 7% of my playtime. And y'all, I normally would be like, oh, you guys want to guess what my number 1 is? But everyone knows what it is. Because my number 1...
Final Fantasy 14.
428 hours with Final Fantasy 14.
Wow.
Good God.
That's a lot. It accounted for 49% of my overall playtime this year on PlayStation.
I bet it
As it
did.
should be.
As it should be.
Wow.
In fact, this is kind of a spoiler for the Pants Patreon podcast for Patrons podcast that I put up this week, but I'm just going to go ahead and see it here. This coming year, first of all, I mentioned that I will not be buying games for the first half of next year. And my goal for next year is to not have Final Fantasy 14 be my number 1 game. Or any live service game.
All right.
I want to reduce the amount of times I play live service games, because when I did the math, y'all, it may shock you to know that when I sat down with a calculator and divided 428 by 60, I could have played 7 full 60-hour games in the time that I spent playing Final Fantasy 14. Think about how many more games I could play if I didn't spend all this time playing Final Fantasy 14. So that's kind of my goal for next year. I want to see and play a bunch of different games, and kind of play a bunch of games that, you know, I'm giving kind of second chances to. For example, a preview from the Pants Patreon podcast for Patrons podcast, I added to my game goal list, give Trails Through Daybreak another chance. So
What?
I liked Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure, and I want to try. I want to
die right on
You almost
the street.
gave,
I
almost
want.
gave him a heart attack.
I
Came out of
want to
nowhere.
try, Ron. I want to try it again.
Hey,
Maybe
I
I was in
appreciate
the
you.
maybe I was in
appreciate
a not in the mood for it at the time. Maybe the first half of the year will be the time to play this game.
you. It happens sometimes. I got you.
Now I was tempted to add Ease 10 to this list, but I'm not buying that game before the end of the year, knowing the update's happening.
Yeah. I stopped playing. I was only like an hour in, and I was like, you know what? I'll just wait to see if that's coming west. And, yeah.
So I added to my list, try Ease 8 as well. Give it another chance. So I'm trying both. I'm trying 2 Falcom games next year. You're welcome,
Yeah.
Ron.
Hey, the Empire is happy.
Yeah. So those are my top 5 games of the year, but I'm more interested to know y'all's, which I think will be interesting. So Ron, start us off. What were your top 5 most played games you played this year on PlayStation?
So at number 5, PlayStation had Final Fantasy 3 at 30 hours. I didn't realize I had spent that much time with it, but I did plat it, so I guess I had to put in a little work for the monsters and all that stuff. But I had a good time with that one. Number 4 was Spider-Man 2 at 40 hours, which surprised me, because I platted that, and I was just like, I thought it was more around about the 50-60 mark, but 40 hours is fine. I completely even forgot I played this game this year. Sea of Stars was number 3.
Oh, damn. Jeez. Wow, Ron.
I'm not dissing it. It was a good game. It was not the end-all, be-all of RPGs like some people were acting like. Not in my opinion. But I spent 89 hours on that. I was probably 59 hours too much, but it is what it is.
God.
Oh, yeah, I went for the platinum, so that kind of is what grinded that out a little bit. Number 2 was God of War Ragnarok, and that was 115 hours. That sounded about right,
Wow.
so I wasn't surprised by that none.
Nice.
Is it
And
that
then,
long?
Well, I went for the
one,
platinum,
no?
so you gotta kind
There's a
of
lot to do.
fast travel around. Yeah, you gotta fast
yeah?
travel around quite a bit. And then number 1, everybody already knows what that one is. Trails Through Daybreak. The system said 338 hours. It was actually only like 275.
Okay.
Wow,
You sure?
that's a lot.
You sure? You sure it's only 200?
Would Herman lie to us, Ron?
Well, we all know that
Why?
PlayStation clock is not the most dependable thing. We know that.
That's
and of
true,
course,
because actually that title for that total for Final Fantasy 14 is actually probably more than what it says it is.
yeah, that clock could be a little off sometimes. And plus, you pause the game and the timer keeps going. So it is what it is. But yeah.
Okay. Nice. That's a good list. It's what I mean. To be fair, I expected Daybreak to be at the top, but it's interesting that Final Fantasy 3 was on that list in particular. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, hit us with your top 5.
Well, again, this was an interesting year for me just because I did get to buy a lot of new games, so it was really, loopholes or backtrackers games or whatever was in the backlog. So at number 5, at 9 hours, was the Callisto Protocol. Not a bad game, but not to the caliber of the other Dead Space games that the team has developed in the past. It's a very unique combat system. I actually liked it, where it's a lot of like you wouldn't know it from the other Dead Space games. You think it's a shooter, but it's really a melee game with a lot of dodging and stuff like that. It's fun, but when you throw like 5 or 6 of them and you're dodging into an enemy's attack, it's not fun anymore. So I think it's too bad that the game didn't sell well, because I think there was enough of like a concept and like world building to build into a better game, but it's clearly I find it very likely that'll happen. So it's too bad, just because I think everybody was expecting something different, and I don't
It
know.
was
I wasn't
glorified
expecting
Punch Out. Let's just be real. It was glorified Punch Out.
Yeah, which isn't bad. Like, it's just they had some kinks to work out, but I guess when you have the expectations of being another Dead Space, and then it comes out around the same time as Dead Space Remake, that probably didn't help it. So it's too bad. So I have no regrets of playing it. I enjoyed it for the 9 hours. At number 4, at 10 hours, was Little Goody Two Shoes for the Backtrackers. That was one trip of a game, I'll tell you that. It looks like a cozy anime game, and it's not. It's a very punishing old school game with like a really, really messed up story in a good way. I still recommend it, even though it's hard. Question from the press pool. Yes, Ron.
Friend, I'm starting to notice a trend that you have for playing punishing games. Elden Ring is your next step for 2025. I'm telling you. It's only right.
Is it? Is it really? I don't... listen,
come on.
Fully said you won't play with me.
Your Custodian Lord? Your Goody Two-Shoes Lord? I mean, come on. Come on.
Matt, if I buy you a copy for
for
$20 for Christmas, will you play it?
Please do not buy me games, people. Please. That's not the purpose of
Put
this.
it on Matt's throne.
Oh, God.
Elden Ring, $20.
Good God. No, that's not what the purpose of is, guys. I want my backlog to be smaller. Please don't buy me games.
I know.
Don't even bother with his Steam, because there's nothing there on his wish list.
Yes. I posted in the Discord. The game, my what's it called? Steam wrap up? I don't know what it's called. It says, "Too bad you didn't play any games this year." That's basically what it said.
Hey, Matt, you know what? I got the same one.
Yay! High five!
I had Space Marine on mine, so I had one game, so it's all right.
Well, to be fair, I had like a couple review games that I pid, but they didn't count towards the title, so I got nothing. Because I played
just use it to buy games for other people.
Early,
that's it.
But, yeah.
Number 3 was, I was surprised. I didn't realize this. Final Fantasy 7 Crisis Core at 14 hours. Really, really solid game. I really, really enjoyed it quite a bit. If you're a fan of Final Fantasy VII OG or the remake, this is a must-play for you. Definitely, just because it adds so much, especially in terms of like world building and the story. Especially Zack. Like, I know, like, I always knew Zack was a fan favorite playing the OG and remake, but I didn't really understand why until I played Crisis Core. When I'm like, this guy is a nice guy. He's the opposite of Cloud, who's a jerk. Zack is very likable. I can see why he has friends. I can see why, Aerith was his girlfriend. Lovable guy. I get, like, he's the hero's hero. Like, I absolutely adored it. So, excellent game. At number 2 was The Last of Us Part 2 remastered at 18 hours. Got another quick run into that. And then I want to make a note of this, okay? So, number 5 was 9 hours. My 4th game was 10 hours. My 3rd game was 14. My 2nd game is 18 hours. At number 1, everybody knows it's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
At 126 hours.
That's how you do it right there. Yeah.
No. At no platinum trophy to show for it. Look, I love this game. It's fantastic, but, like, good God. Everything else is under 20 hours, and this one is in the triple digits.
According to the Kevin
God.
Ainsworth Awards that he made himself, this was the bloat goat is what he referred to this game as.
It deserves that title. It is the
bloat.
bloat goat. And I'm of two minds of this. Like, on one hand, I see the way Ryan's thinking about the games, where it's like, if I take out this one massive game out of my life, I can play 6, 7, 8 more games. Like, listen, I could have played like 8, 9 more games that are 20 hours long if I didn't do Final Fantasy Rebirth. However, I feel like I don't want to close myself off from these experiences. Like last year, I put in like 101 hours into Persona 5 Reload, right? And it took Delroy from the Backtrackers like months and months and months to convince me to play it because I was like, I don't have time for this. It's too long. It's going to be too much. And just the way he framed it was like, yes, it's long and it might take it took me like 7 months, but he's like, it's an experience like you won't get anywhere else. Like even if you get 4 other experiences, will they be equivalent to Persona 5 Reload? Maybe, maybe not, but I'm glad I did it. Like I have no regrets from playing Persona 5 Reload. It's a phenomenal game. Like I'm a Persona fan after that. And again, if I didn't put the 7 months into it, I never would have experienced what the glory is that's known as Persona 5 Reload. So I'm of two minds of it. Like obviously for Final Fantasy Rebirth, yes, I regret going for the platinum. I think I should have just done the more natural approach and just enjoyed it. And I would have had a much higher, more positive memory from it. But the
I think if
platinum
you hadn't gone for the mini games, I think you would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
Ron, it's not even the difficulty; it's the mini games.
Oh, I
broke
know.
my spirit.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's not even
Yep.
the difficulty. It was the mini games. Like
That's
ugh.
what happened to me
So,
too, man. Don't
I
feel
never
bad.
would have did it. I would never would have did. The mini games would have got skipped.
Yeah.
That's too many. That's too many.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's not. It's not fun, right, Ryan? You know what I'm
No.
talking about.
No, there's a lot of there are some that are fun, but there's a lot of them that are not fun at all that you have to do. So
It's not just doing it; it's getting number one in all of them again and again and again. But Fulia, you tell us, what was on your wrap up? I'm very curious for your PlayStation wrap up.
Well, so I had to double check my times on these games that are showing off by Sony. They're actually pretty close to what True Trophies is showing as well. So it's just kind of like a approximate sort of a round off. My number 5 is Dave the Diver at around 9 hours. I actually did really enjoy playing that game for quite a bit. It was a good sort of... It was kind of chill, but not really, because you're sort of diving around and trying to catch fish. And some of those fish can be very aggressive. Not to mention the fact that you are dealing with oxygen maintenance and trying not to drown and not be killed by other fish. And but then you have the other side of it of managing a sushi bar, and that's another monster of its own. Yes, Ron?
So, in the 9 hours you spent with Dave the Diver, did you ever become a fan of Ellie?
Oh, who?
Hashtag justice for Ellie, Ron. I'm glad you brought that up.
Excuse me?
Thank you. Justice for Ellie. Hashtag. Let's
No.
go. No.
You know what she was about to say
Wow.
at first. She was about to say a bad word.
she was.
Oh yeah.
We all saw it.
I held back.
Mission accomplished.
I feel like someone was going to be told to calm their farm.
Oh, no. I'm not sure it was going to be that word. Another F
I think
word.
she's gonna say something else. Oh yeah.
It was going to be another word to start with
Anyways,
F.
Yes, Dave the Diver at around 9 hours was my number 5. My number 4 at
God of War.
24 hours is God of War 28.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You heard it?
Very
You hear that,
nice.
Herman? Don't block her. She's good.
I played it. I streamed it, so there's proof.
You did.
Um,
you did.
And yeah, so obviously I played it through till the end, and I'm glad I did. I know I was poo-pooing it a lot, but I will say it was like it's definitely something that I don't normally go to in terms of like that kind of action adventure kind of a game, but I'm glad I at least tried something that is Sony exclusive at least. So it's good. And I will like the visuals are really great as well in the game. Just that the battle system for me just doesn't work. That's the only thing. Like I'm just not a huge fan of that battle system, and just the way that you have to upgrade all of your weapons and your and the stuff that you wear, like your armor and all that sort of stuff. And it got a little annoying when I have to do all that plus the skill trees. And I know this is more akin to what RPGs are like, but I feel like RPGs do it a little bit better, and it's not as convoluted as what this was for me, at least.
Even more proof that RPGs are just the best. That's the proof right there.
So yeah, happy to have played it at least, and at least mainline the story. That's all I'm gonna say about that. My number 3, at 26-ish hours, is Aiden Chronicle Rising.
Oh,
Look at that.
Yeah,
I
that one
forget
coming.
about that one.
I was gonna say you talked about it a lot this year, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
So I mainlined that story. I tried to do as many of the side quests as I could. I don't think I had an opportunity to actually go back and finish off all the side quests after finishing the story. But also the fact that it's now locked behind the PlayStation Plus that I no longer have.
Oh.
I
Well, maybe we
I
get
don't
disappointed,
think
though, if you want it back.
Maybe. I might go back to it, but now that I've actually finished the story, I probably won't. So, But it was such a good time. It was fun, and for me, it was cozy. It was a cozy RPG, turn-based, and I just enjoyed it. So not turn-based, action. It was still action RPG.
Yeah, it was an action RPG.
Are you going to play the proper game?
I have it. I do have the physical copy of it, so it will happen at some point. This is what next year's for.
Yeah.
I need
I was
to go
going to say,
through my
you
backlog.
specifically asked us for advice on RPG Cave, and that was one of the options we had to choose from.
Yeah. So, yeah, Aiden Chronicle Rising was my number 3. My number 2 at 29 hours, but that might change once I finish it and platinum it, hopefully.
Dragon
before the
Age.
end of the year. Astrobot.
Yeah. Still don't have
very
that
nice.
I thought that was going to be your number 1.
Still haven't finished it yet. No, I've been putting it off for a bit.
Oh,
You can
come
do
on,
it.
Kowal. Don't give up on
That
it
one
now.
level,
Come on.
that one
Yeah.
level is really, really, frustrating me. So I've kind of been putting it off for a little while, but I'm gonna do my best to finish it before the end of the year.
Okay.
But I'm so happy that this game came out, and I've had a ball with it. It is so much fun. It is very cute. It's very colorful. The platforming is great. And yeah, I'm just a huge, huge fan of Astrobot. It's so much fun. So I'm glad that came up as my number 2.
Don't let Matt get the platinum before you. Come on, you can do this.
I
Oh,
doubt
she'll
he'll get the
before I-
platinum before
she'll
me.
get it before I do.
I don't know.
Before I do.
I don't know. That's going to be on break.
Yeah. If
It's
memory
true. I'm
serves
not
though,
working for
fully,
the next 2 weeks. That's true.
as memory serves fully, I'm pretty sure you're on like one of the last challenge levels before
Yes,
the
I am.
final challenge level.
I am.
Okay. Because that
It's
final
one of
challenge
the
level
Okay, you
was-
got
so
this, Dad.
the last
Yeah, you got this.
area, the last triangle area. I think it's a triangle. Is
it
that
is
the last
triangle,
one?
yeah.
Yeah, the triangle one. The one of those challenge runs
Okay.
is the one that I still need to get. That's the last bot I have to find in that triangle area.
Yep.
And then whatever's left over is essentially doing stuff with the bots.
Well, you also have the final challenge level that opens up when you have all the bots.
I think no, because I think that's the last bot I have to get.
No,
It is, but I know that
Oh.
it is literally. I've gone through and played every other level and gotten the bots there.
Oh no, I
That's
meant
the
there's
last
a
thing.
level that unlocks in the main hub area that's not part of like the triangle, circle, square, or X that
Yeah,
unlocks
yeah.
it to get all the bots. Yeah.
The big boss one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
I've gone through that area already. But
Interesting.
there might be stuff in there that is
I was-
related to the trophies that I might still have to go through.
Yeah. Either way, awesome game, Astrobot.
It is.
But what's
It
your
is
number one?
absolutely. My number 1, and this is the game that I have mentioned many times, and it's come up in the GUIs as well. Just, Harmony: The Fall of Reverie
Yep.
at 31-ish hours.
I was expecting that to be about like 72 hours.
No, it wasn't. It's not that long. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a lot shorter compared to what this is telling me. For some reason, this game, you can probably mainline it in, I probably would say in less than 10 hours. You could. But if you really want to just go through everything and get the trophies and stuff, it'll definitely take you a little bit more, like probably about 20 hours. But for me, the reason why it took a lot longer is because of the fact that I was also streaming it. So there was a lot more pauses. So I've been in that game a lot more. But also the fact that, I just wanted to find out some more because there was like multiple endings to it. So, and I really enjoyed the game so much. It's definitely worth checking out. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I expected that to be there because, again, you talked about it a lot this year.
Yeah.
So that makes perfect sense. Now, I know we wanted to go, I was going to go through some other stats, but I know for the sake of time, it might be tough to do that. So, Matt, you and I have an important job to do because we already talked about platinums for both Fulia and Ron. But we have our platinum counts on here. So we need to find out who's at the bottom of the platinum count. Is it you or me? So, Matt, I need you to tell me how many platinums your wrap-up says you have.
My wrap up or how many I actually have this year?
Do you have more
My
that your wrap-up didn't count?
Yes.
Okay. How many
So
do you actually have this year?
This year I have a whopping 4.
Matt?
It's better than 0, though.
I have a
better than 0.
whopping 3 platinums this year.
Oh, look, you edged them out. There you go.
So
There you
I
go.
am officially in dead last for platinums this year. One of them was Astrobot, and then I don't even honestly remember what the other 2 were.
Oh, wow.
I mean, look, The
That
Last
one
of Us
doesn't
Part
get
2 remastered. Does that one actually count? Because it
No.
auto popped.
It doesn't.
Yes.
Doesn't count?
No, that's a fair
So then-
platinum. That's a fair platinum. Ron, that is not off the table. I'm sorry, that is not off the table.
I'm just messing with
You
because
tell
it's The
me-
Last of Us 2. I don't care.
Hey, no, you tell me in the Discord, YouTube, because it auto popped. It's not like I had to. It's not like I actually had to do
Hey.
the game again.
A win's a win. That's what Dom says. In
All
the
right.
Fast and Furious, a win's a win.
All right, a win's a win. So no, I have a whopping 4. So The Last of Us Part 2 remastered, Lost Words Beyond the Page, Greece, and then Crow Country.
Yeah. So this is officially what's happened here. Now, Kiku points out here, I am a step down as the head of the PlayStation Drive.
Lord,
and then
Kiku.
Lord
replace,
mercy, Angel.
and then the person,
not
of
how
course,
this
that will
works.
replace me is the
Stop
person
it.
with the most platinum trophies. So, Ron, congratulations. You've become the head of the PlayStation Drive.
Nah, you can't force me to do that. It ain't happening.
No, you've got the most platinums. You won.
Anyways, we're moving on.
Jon says if it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or by a mile. Winning's winning.
All right, Jan. A platinum's a platinum. Thank you very much. I
Oh,
appreciate
And
it.
of course, the classic quote here.
That's
"You've
not
never
true,
even
man."
had your car. God, I love the Fast and the Furious.
Oh, God.
It's so good. Well, anyways, we should probably get into some of these questions because otherwise we're going to be here all night. Which, by the way, shout out to everybody who wrote in question this week. Holy crap, there are so many questions this week. And I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who wrote in questions to kind of celebrate the end of the year with us. So we're going to start with John32, who just wrote to us in the chat there. John asked the question, what will be the very first game you buy at midnight, January 1st, 2025? My answer to John is nothing, because I'm not allowed to buy any games in the year 2025 until July. So, no, I won't be buying anything. So,
Looks
I
like
will.
Ron and Fulia. You're not buying anything?
I mean,
Come
unless
on.
there's some kind of sale. I mean, I pretty much bought everything I need or got gifted it, so I'm straight.
All right, it's time to twist John's question a little bit. What is the first game we plan on buying after January 1st, 2025?
Oh,
you
Daybreak 2. Daybreak 2. That's February 14th. That's a given.
That's a great Valentine's Day gift to yourself, Ron.
It's
Daybreak
great.
2.
You ain't lying. Thank you, Falco.
Yeah. Coming out the same day as Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness on PlayStation 5.
Oh,
Very
Lord.
exciting.
Jesus. Angel of Darkness is coming out.
that.
It is. It's coming out in a new collection with the Last Revelation and Tomb Raider
Come on, Ron.
Chronicles. 2 of the 3 of those games in that collection have under 30s on Metacritic. So
I was
good
about to
luck.
say, that's not a good gift.
No. But it's coming out on Valentine's Day. So, and Riley points out in the chat, no Switch 2 pre-order for Ryan. My thing is only limited to games. Not
I'm about to say, yeah, he didn't say console.
I'm allowed to buy the Switch 2 if the Switch 2 comes out. But I'm not allowed to buy any
Consoles
games
don't
for
count.
it unless Metroid comes out.
Especially if Metroid's a launch.
Yeah, I'm allowed to buy that. That's the only game I'm allowed to buy until July. But, so, Fulia, how about you? What is the first game you plan on buying next year? That as far as you know?
I hope I don't need to because I'm limiting myself to 2 games a
Oh
month.
yeah, you're kind of doing the same thing I am, but less limited. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So for me, it's more of a if I really want that game, or if that for me is definitely a day one kind of a game buy, that's when I'll buy it. But and especially considering the fact that January is my busiest month, so I don't think I'll even have time to even play any of the games I have. Yeah. So probably 0 at this point.
Clive DLC for Elden Ring. Will you purchase it then?
No, you got to buy Tekken first.
Yeah, Tekken's on the list.
Now, just to throw it out there, I even if I was allowed to buy games in the first half of the year, I still probably wouldn't buy any games in January either because I've got to play my 3 wheel games and those got to get out of the way first. So I probably don't have time for anything else that month. So now, Matt, I saved you specifically for last because you, as of January 1st at midnight, are allowed to buy new games again. So what is the first game you plan on buying?
Before I answer that question, I'm just going to pin it. Because you brought up something that's very important, Ryan.
Okay.
Consoles don't count for this no buying stuff.
100%.
100%. So I could buy a PS Portal now. That's not a game.
Yeah.
That's a console.
That's a console.
I got all these gift cards. There's no taxes. So I could buy one now.
Yeah. Unless you put in your stipulation.
You're shaking your head at me.
Where are we going with this?
Okay.
Whoa, it's a console. Ron, Fuya, come on. What's wrong?
It's actually more of an accessory and not a console.
You have to buy PlayStation games to play a Portal. Your Switch games will not work on this.
I got PlayStation games. I got Resident Evil 5. I got Resident Evil 4. I got Resident Evil 6.
Get to the plot!
I can play them. All right? I got my Resident Evil games to play in it. So you know what?
Oh my god!
Don't think about it. I think I'm gonna buy PS Portal before the year ends because I like it. It's not a game.
No,
it's a console. Thank you.
Now,
okay, but that's not the question.
That is not the question, though. You're right.
Sorry.
That's exactly what I was
sorry,
saying. What is the first game you plan on buying when you're allowed to buy games again, sir?
Oh, man.
Friends, I am so excited to finally buy something that's missing from my collection. I've been looking, and I was like, wait a second, I don't have this version. So I'm going to go right onto eBay because no taxes apply there as well. And I'm going to buy Resident Evil 5, the original, not the gold edition, for PS3 because I only have the gold edition for PS3 and then I have the gold edition for PS4, but I don't have it for PS3. Let's go. Gonna build up that collection. Ron, what did you? what were people expecting? What were people actually expecting me to buy? Surely you knew it's coming.
My God.
You knew it was coming.
My God.
Come on.
Why?
You knew. You knew it's coming.
Wow.
Yep. People are loving
You're
this.
welcome,
Toxic's
friends.
just like all the Resident Evils today. Yep. Just go get them all. Yep. Why not?
Yep. Whatever I'm missing from the physical collection, you got it, Toxic. Just gonna fill it up. Can't wait, friends. So excited.
Also, Riley chimes in and says Sean Capri's loophole disease is spreading. Again,
It's
these are
not
not
a disease.
loopholes. These are like
It's
specifically like for me in the title cannot buy games for the first half of the year. Doesn't say game consoles, games specifically.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right, Ryan. I'm with you. Buying a PS Portal. Let's go.
Yeah, and the PS
Thank
Portal's
you.
more. It's not really a console. It's more of an accessory more than anything.
Even better. There you go. Thank you very much. It's a thing.
It's basically a
It's an
controller with a
accessory.
screen.
It's going to collect dust. It's going to
There you
collect
go.
dust. That's what it's going to do.
Just like my PlayStation VR, which I dusted off this week.
It's going to be an expensive dust collector.
I did dust it off to play Alien Rogue Incursion, and I got sick 5 minutes into playing it. So
Oh,
then
no.
I put
Oh,
it
no.
down.
Oh,
And I'm like,
that's not good.
not
that's
again.
Too bad,
That's not
man.
good.
Not again.
Aw.
It's okay. I only bought that game. It's fine. Anyways, next up, it is Cwaggy who says, "It is I, the Cwaggy, king of the Xenobabes and head of the Falcon Empire. Caw, caw, caw. What will you be playing over the holidays?" So, what games are we going to play over the holidays? For me, I'm going to play more Space Marine 2. That's the plan right now until I finish it. And then after that, I'm just like playing small random stuff that I find on my PlayStation as I inevitably wait until January 1st where I will be locked into playing The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom and nothing else until I finish that game. So I have to make use of my time while I still have it, but I also don't want to start anything too big. Like we talked about an RPG Cave where it's like, I really want to play Dragon Quest at some point or Romancing Saga 2, but I know if I start them now, I'm not going to have them finished in a week and a half with going away for Christmas and whatnot. So I'm going to just wait So over the holidays, I'm just gonna play Space Marine because I know it's short, and then maybe some more like arcadey style games. But how about y'all, Ron? What are you playing over the holidays, man?
Chicken Police. I know it's not too long of a game, so I'm pretty sure I'll probably get in something else before my holiday break is up. But Chicken Police for sure, and then after I finish that, I'll be spinning the Mighty Wheel of Fate, which has all the blockbuster games on it. So I'll end up with something hefty on it.
Yeah, for you it's tough because you just whatever the wheel tells you. I guess
Yeah,
after that, you're
yeah.
not really planning it out. So, yeah, Matt, what are you playing over the holidays?
I think Astrobot's gonna carry me over into the 2025. After I wrap up Crypt Custodian, I got a big itch to play Okami HD after that announcement for the sequel. So even if I don't finish, I just want to hop back in because I really enjoyed that game. So I'll probably end up doing that. So probably Astrobot and Okami because good games.
Nice. And Fulia?
I also will be playing some more Astrobot to platinum it because I want to finish it.
Yeah, race to beat Matt.
I think you got this, Fulia.
I'm also going to be finishing off Omno, and I'm going to platinum that. And
Yes.
then I'm
Yes.
also going to be finishing off Last Time I Saw You, which hopefully I'll find a way to platinum that as well.
Wow.
Yes.
And continue my second playthrough of Coffee Talk so that I can platinum that.
Yes. 2025 is going to be a nasty one. I'm looking forward to this.
So my holiday
this.
break is
Look at this.
between now and New Year's Eve is literally going to be me trying to finish off the games I've started because I want to. It's the ones that I want to platinum essentially.
The only
So
one
it's
you've got
gonna
left
be a
after that
platinum
is
run.
the only one you've got left after that is Spiritfarer at that point.
Oh fuck!
That's true.
Sorry.
Good point, man.
Yep.
Good point,
It's
man.
fine.
I knew that was going to
It's
happen.
fine.
Yeah.
No, it's
Believe
not
that.
fine.
I mean,
gotta
but
get that.
you really should
Get
go
that
back
fish.
for that one. Just saying.
Oh,
You're right
boy.
there. You're right there.
100%.
Yeah.
Get that fish.
Of course. Now, of course, Kiku chimes in and says they need to finish Rhapsody and Metaphor before the end of the year since I'm home for a moment. That's a good strategy. That's a good strategy. I like that. And of course, just luck.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's just a word.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a
Exactly.
word. It's fine.
And oh my god, hashtag get that fish. I can't even.
That's right,
say it.
Seth.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Moving on. Toxic asks the question: if y'all had a chance to make a game for any PlayStation, make a game for any PlayStation studio, which studio would it be, and what kind of game would y'all make? So, that the thing is, it's tough because I'm like, there are so many games that I want the studios to return to. Like honestly, I want Guerrilla to go back and do another first-person shooter that's not Killzone. I kind of want to see them kind of return to that space, do like another like first-person shooter of some kind, maybe make it more like Doom, like a more like faster-paced kind of like boomer shooter kind of feel to it, but not full boomer shooter. I think that would be pretty cool. So that's kind of my answer here. But what about you, Ron?
Ask Blue Point to do a Siphon Filter remake. That would be nice.
Okay. Matt?
I want Insomniac to handle a DC property. It's been a while since we've had like a very, very strong superhero game from DC besides the Arkham games. Truly. Insomniac clearly knows they know the assignment. Give them anything. I'll be happy with it. Superman, Flash, Green Lantern. I don't care. I just need a win for DC games. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. Insomniac.
Nah, they can keep
they'll do
taking L's. This is fine.
Hold the phone. What about
I
the
don't want anymore.
critically beloved Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League that came out earlier this year?
There you go, Matt. There goes your DC game right there, baby.
it. Ron. Jesus.
To be fair,
I've not
I'm just
played
going to
that
put it
game,
out
so
there.
no.
I actually have faith in that Wonder Woman will actually be good. The Wonder Woman game that's being made by.
I do have faith in that.
Yeah.
I do, even though we haven't seen it for a while, but the right
I was
crew's
gonna
behind
say,
it.
Yeah.
Is it
Model
coming
Depending
out
on
still?
with
Is
if
it?
it is good, it might be my first DC game I play.
Oh snap! Let's go for you.
What? Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. What about what about you, Fulia? You got to answer this question.
So I want to be with Team Asobi and help them make the sequel to Astrobot.
I knew it.
Okay.
I knew it.
It just seems like they have fun making games, man. I really want to be part of that,
Asobi's a
that
good crew.
environment.
Asobi's a good crew.
Also, my real answer is even though they're not a PlayStation studio yet, but I'm sure that I'm pretty sure they're going to be added to the roster at some point. I want to be there over at Shift Up making Stellar Blade 2. That's my real answer. I want to be
heck
part
yeah.
of the process of making Stellar Blade 2 because it definitely sets itself up for a sequel, and I'm pretty excited to see what they do next.
If they get a good writer, man, it's going to be over. Stellar Blade 2 can.
Yeah. And yes, and there you go. You get to live in Japan. And work
Exactly.
there, Fulia.
Work on my Japanese
Win-win.
speaking.
There you go.
All right. Next up, HVAC Sparky says, "Hello all. What are your thoughts on chocolate oranges? Do you love them? Hate them? Are you neutral on them? I think they're a great Christmas chocolate. I always like to have at least one around this time." HVAC Sparky, I don't actually eat chocolate stuff, but back when I used to eat chocolate stuff, I used to eat chocolate oranges. So don't look at me on this one. I'm curious to know how y'all feel about chocolate oranges.
I've never had one, so I can't speak on it.
Okay. I mean, just
Really?
think of chocolate like a almost like
I
a
don't know if
chocolate
we
egg.
even do that here. I don't know.
Just think about a chocolate egg that has like orange kind of flavoring in it.
I guess it could be okay.
I like a tangy to this. No, interesting.
Yeah, it may be all right.
I love them. I think I love them. It's not my favorite chocolate, but I like it. It's got like a tang, and I don't know what the brand is called, Ryan, but like it actually comes in the shape of like a sphere.
Terry's.
And like you can peel it open. Is that what it's called?
I don't think
It's
it's Terry's in
Terry's.
Canada. It's someone else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
It's yeah.
Like you can
hold on.
peel it, and it actually
Yeah.
comes out like in little orange slices. Yeah, whatever. But I just bite into it like an apple. But yeah, I like it. It's really good. It's got a nice tang to it.
We got the chat going on this
I'm about
one.
to say, yeah, you're bringing
Jan
food. Everybody's
32
going on
says, "I
fire here.
loathe chocolate oranges. Starathena loves
Loves it.
them.
Nah.
Kiku
Yeah, they're
loves
good.
them." Toxic says, didn't even know that this was even a thing."
Okay, so you're
There
not
you
the only
go.
one toxic.
Chocolate orange.
Yep. Lachlan
No, that's
says
not the one
chocolate
we have in Canada.
oranges
Yeah,
are
that's
really
not a thing
good.
here. I don't
That's the
know
one that I don't
anybody
have.
who's ever had
No,
this.
no. We don't have that one. No,
Pat in the
But it's like
chat
that.
says they're horrible.
Yeah. No, they're not horrible. Stop it here. Come on.
We're just Pat.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
holler
bite
at
into like
JB.
an
I
apple.
don't think they do that here in this city.
Pat is apparently judging us all.
Well,
Judge me. Fine. I like it. Okay.
I'm not sure I like the way that looked. No, thank you.
I am not
bite
on
like an
the
apple, Ron. Like an
chocolate
apple.
orange train. I do not like chocolate oranges. I've tried them. I don't like them. It's that chocolate and orange flavor combination. I just don't like that combination. It
Yeah.
just doesn't taste right to me. So I'm just like, I'm
Same.
good.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we got Solo, who says, "I met my goal this year by getting to silver status on my PlayStation account and finishing several games. I'd started and got distracted away as more came out. What has been some gaming goals that you've had this year that you've either met or come close to getting satisfied?" Now, here's the thing. And up until this year, I never actually really made gaming goals. I would usually pick out games I was excited about, but I never would have like gaming goals at all to like do specific things. That I'm changing that in 2025 because I do have this spreadsheet here that I will share with the crew that I'm building of my gaming goals for this coming year. These are all the games I'm looking to play. I've even got like arbitrary things here, like explore the N64 library.
Give
So,
Witcher 3 another chance. Excellent.
Yep.
Yes.
Garrett talked me into that, but I mean, this one right here, number 21, give Trails to Daybreak another chance. That's just going to be interesting. But yeah, so that's kind of like my list of gaming goals for next year. But what about y'all? Do y'all even make gaming goals? Because like I said, this is something I didn't really do before this year.
Yeah, I don't. I just play.
I was going to say, you just spin the wheel, Ron.
Yeah, I just play.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to buy games and clear the backlog, so pretty happy with how it went this year. Very happy.
Yeah. Fully, do you make gaming goals at all?
I actually made a little list on my phone of the things I wanted to do this year. And I'll read some of them out for you. And most of them were like game specific, like, complete this certain game that I've started or whatever. But there were also some in there where it was like platinum 10 games, and I did that. Rolled credits on 20 games, and I've done that.
All right. Yes.
But at the beginning of the year, I started off with smaller goals. And then as I hit them, I then added a new one to that one. So at the beginning of the year, I had platinum 2 games. And then once I hit that, I was like, all right, now platinum 6 games. Okay. And then I went up to 10 after that. And yeah, so by the end of the year, I managed to hit 10 platinums.
Next year's going to be 30. 30.
I doubt that.
Yeah.
Believe in you.
I also had a goal of playing a PlayStation exclusive game. I played God of War. There you go.
And although you could have subbed Astrobot in there, just saying.
I mean, I could have. That's another one too. But I think it was more so my mind was more set on ones that weren't released this year. It was more like an old one.
Yeah.
And I think there was, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and like play at least 2 games from my backlog, which I've played quite a few of them already. So,
Great job,
so
Koala,
I did make sure that I had my own little sort of goals and ambitions for the year in terms of gaming, and I managed to get through most of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Next question comes to us from Kia, who says, "Congratulations, Herman has approved your Christmas gift. You can make any sequel to any game released on PlayStation. What are you choosing?" Well, folks, this could go in a number of different directions. Because originally when I read this question, I was like, oh, maybe, does it have to be a PlayStation Studios game? But it's like, according to the question, any game released on PlayStation you can make a sequel to. So, Matt already knows my answer to this one. We're getting Parasite E4, baby. Let's go. Forget all the other games. We don't need anything else. Parasite E4. It's happening. I will literally run through that door as soon as that game comes out and I get a chance to play it. I can't wait.
Wow.
That's my answer to that question. What about y'all?
I already know what Matt's probably going to be. Go on, Matt.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna say it. Concrete Genie 2. It's a shame that we never got a sequel.
I thought you were going to go for
studio shut
Last
down.
of Us. This is fine. Concrete Genie 2, I'm all good with that.
No, please,
Thank you.
Ron, we already know they're going to make a Last of Us 3.
I know, but has that ever stopped Matt before?
But, I mean, at that
You
point,
know
it
what?
would not be one full
It's true.
experience at that point.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud
It's
of you,
true.
Matt. Yeah,
It's true.
Good job.
It's true.
yeah.
Okay. Well, Ron, what do you think?
Order 1886, man. It deserves a sequel. The way
That's
that
a
thing
good one.
ended.
It does.
The way it ended.
Mm-hmm.
I need a sequel for that. Let Housemarque do it. Give it to me.
Yep.
Dude, crush that game. That's a good studio for it.
Yeah, man.
Honestly, for me, and this is up to I don't know whether the devs are even thinking about it, but like, I would love like a sequel to Harmony: The Fall of Reverie, but something a little different in some form. Like similar sort of characters, but not necessarily Polly. It could be someone else.
So,
or
what
it
if
could
they
be
did
like a
this?
prequel, maybe.
What if they
Maybe
did,
about her mother.
What if they did Harmony: The Rise of Reverie instead of
Rise
The Fall
of
of Reverie? Yeah. Why not? Of
course.
Why not?
Honestly, my thought process would have been like maybe the prequel to this would be really cool. Like what happened, because it starts off with Polly's mother, but we don't really know too much about what happens except for how it all ended.
God
So
no, Pat. God no.
So I feel like a prequel to Harmony would be really cool.
Yeah. I love Pat in the chat who just properly calls Matt out for not saying near Automata 2.
No. He did the right thing. Concrete
Point,
Genie 2,
Pat.
yes.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point, Pat. Good point.
Yeah.
Good
Now,
point.
if we were
I like
limited to
that.
PlayStation Studios games, my answer would just be Legend of Dragoon 2 because that'll never happen. But, Parasite 4 is much better. But all right. Moving on, we got Tim Paullin who says, according to my wrap-up, I played 1,100 hours on Xbox and only 202 hours on my PlayStation, and 70-plus hours of that was Red Dead Redemption 2. My 2025 goal is to jack that number way up now that I can buy games again. Looking forward to hearing y'all's wrap-ups, and hope you have all the drives and the caves. Have an amazing holiday break. Much love and Merry Christmas, y'all. Not a question, but a nice little...
Tim's a great guy. Tim's a great guy. Get those PlayStation numbers up.
Absolutely.
He can do it. Yeah, he can do it.
You're playing too much on the Xbox. Stop that.
Yeah, I mean, I know people like Indiana Jones, but there are games on PlayStation, You can go play them there. But
That's right. PlayStation is an Xbox.
yeah,
Bring it on over.
Yes, exactly. This podcast is an Xbox.
It's an Xbox.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, moving on. Black Wyver says, hope y'all had a fantastic year. Thanks for being here with us. My questions for the show are as following. Have any of you tried the new Indiana Jones game? Obviously, it's not on PlayStation. Have you been tempted to get Game Pass for a month in order to play it? So Black
Never.
Wyver, I have decided I'm waiting until it comes to PlayStation before I play it.
Yep. Same.
I can't even buy it when it comes out on PlayStation. I will wait until July when the game will probably be on sale, and then I will buy it on PlayStation then.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to playing it though. I was very cautious about it. The trailers weren't doing much for me, but the reviews, Marcus O'Neill sit there and got me super excited about playing it. So yeah, when it comes to PlayStation, I'll give it a chance.
What about you, Matt?
Same. Listen, yes, I know my Switch and my PlayStation is an Xbox. Everything's an Xbox. Okay, I'm still gonna wait for it to be really on PlayStation and on sale. Because I'm an indie fan, but not that big. So I'm sure when it comes out to PlayStation, it's gonna be like $89 here. That I don't think I'll be playing day one. I'll have to wait for a pretty big sale. But I'm excited. It's gotten a lot of, high praise from critics and fans. So I am looking forward to it. But as of now, I have not played it on the Xboxes that I own.
Yeah. That's one of those things too, where it's just like, I feel like that's one of those games I'm going to probably want to own anyways. And so I'm going to want to, pay for more than a month of Game Pass anyways. And at that point, I'm just like, I might as well just buy the game at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But cool. Next up, Black Wyver's second question. Would this be a day one purchase if it was released on PlayStation next year? I think we kind of talked about that a little bit as far as if we're going to pick it up day one or not. And lastly, which Xbox game realistically would you want coming to PlayStation next year? Cheers from Black Wyver. So
Gears.
Yeah. Gears
Yeah.
EA or just any of the Gear games?
Give me the whole Gears collection. The whole Gears.
The whole Gears.
All of them.
Yeah. I mean, the game I already really want the most from Microsoft that they have releasing next year is Doom, and it's already coming to PlayStation.
Yep,
so
sure is.
I don't even really have to ask for that one. But I would love to see Fable on PlayStation. I would love to play it there.
Me too.
It'll be there.
Fable.
Don't you worry about that, Koala. They've already pretty much hinted that's going to happen, so you good.
Yeah.
I want my Fable.
Same. I think it's going to be fun. I think that's genuinely going to be a good game.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right.
Yeah. Matt, what about you?
I need some Starfield. Okay, I actually bought an Xbox to play, never got around
Starfield.
to it. So, come on, I need that Starfield on my PlayStation 5 because I don't have access to it now.
Y'all are ruling
It's coming.
Starfield like it's a bad
coming.
game.
I'll get it when it's on 70% sale, which won't take long, so I'll try it out then.
Give it to me. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Antics, who says, "Thanks for an awesome year, everyone. What do you think will be the 'we're so back' and 'it's so over' moments for PlayStation in 2025?" I'm guessing it's so over moment is like something bad happening.
Something bad.
Yeah. We're so back. Well, I mean, first of all, PlayStation's always back. There's no time that happened this year where it wasn't back. So I think I guess people will have that moment maybe when the Venom game that we don't know that's coming, but actually we kind of know is coming, just comes out randomly next year. I think that's probably kind of our we're so back moment, and it's over moment. Honestly, I can't think of one because we already had Concord, and I don't think another game like Concord's going to happen next year.
Yeah, I don't see that happening again.
Yeah. So I don't know what else, because that's the thing. It's tough with this question, Antics, because we just don't know what PlayStation is really even doing next year. They haven't really told us. Like we know
Outside of
Wolverine's
Ghost of
coming.
Yotai, we don't know.
Yeah, Ghost of Yotai. That's it. We really don't
Yeah.
know, right? Like, who knows? It could be anything. So, what about y'all? What do you think about this question?
I think the worst so back moment is when they release that black version for the PS Portal. That's going to be
Okay.
an accessory seller, not a system seller, an accessory seller. 'Cause that's what it is.
Nice. I'm pouring one out for Concord, by the way. By the way, did anyone have a chance to check out the secret level episode about Concord? Oh my god, it was something. It was
Oh boy.
It was a continuation of
Oh.
the Concord story, y'all. You got to see what happened to all the
one that
characters
only lasted for
afterwards.
2 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to see what
That's
adventures
rough.
and hijinks they were up to. It was great.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Nice. Fulia, what do you think about this question?
I don't know.
It could be anything.
Exactly. It could be anything. My brain doesn't really think about that sort of stuff. So,
You don't prognosticate the future? Oh my god.
nope.
I thought the koala's defining powers were up there. But
Look,
I
just
guess
because
not.
I'm ahead of you guys in time doesn't mean that I know everything.
Yeah.
That's how time travel works for you. Come on.
No,
You know.
I'm sorry, it doesn't.
My God. Well, folks, final question for the year of our Lord 2024. We got the captain rounding out the year, who says, I've had an amazing year in gaming, coming back to it after nearly a decade away from gaming, and it has once again been a great part of my life. One of my highlights this year is finding carpool gaming. I enjoy listening to you guys every single week and really appreciated all the content y'all put out there. I have found an awesome community on the Discord, and it's become my daily go-to for my video game chats. I hope all of you have a good holiday break and an amazing time, whatever that you're doing or whatever you're celebrating, and you have an amazing year. My question for you, though, is what has been your non-gaming highlight this year? Do we have a non-gaming highlight this year for our own lives? These are the days of our lives, as Joey from Friends would say. I am going to take the cheaty answer before anyone else takes the cheaty answer, since I get to host the show. Clearly, no one took that power away from you. I'm sorry, Kiku. So I get to go first, and I'm just gonna say Extra Life was really special. Fulia, you made that thing, man. You're allowed to say Extra Life too. But Extra Life was really, really special, getting a chance to meet everyone on the team in person, except for, of course, Fee and Garrett. I'm sad, and Ron. We didn't get to meet y'all yet, but
No,
we
you
will.
left me out on purpose. I know you did.
We'll meet y'all one day. We'll meet y'all one day. But no, it was super special getting a chance to meet everyone, getting to hang out for the weekend, getting a chance to meet a bunch of community members for the first time, or people that I had only just talked to on the internet for the over the course of the year. So that was definitely a big highlight for me, non-gaming wise. But even then, that could be skewed in the gaming direction because we did mostly spend that time playing games. So honestly, I'm trying to think of my own personal non-gaming highlight this year. And honestly, I think it's just like a recent evolution of my job I've kind of found myself in a new position at work, and it almost feels like I'm kind of like a part of a small family at work now, which has been really nice. We have like a meeting every Friday where we of course say nice things about everyone on the team. Everyone's kind of there for each other, and it's really felt like, I don't know, it's really felt like a really fun environment to work in. So finding like a really, really good evolution to my job, which I've been at now for 12 years now, has been really cool. So that was kind of a personal highlight for me outside of Extra Life, because I don't want to just leave that as my only answer. So let's go around the horn, starting with you, Ron. You can't say Extra Life. You weren't there.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have been Extra Life even if I had gone. I think the getting to talk about games with M2 is my highlight.
Aw.
That's my thing. So get to sit there and spend extra time with my friends. Get to talk about video games. So yeah, that's a big highlight for me.
I'll let that slide because I know y'all talk about more than just games, because this specific thing here is specifically non-gaming highlights.
We talk about more than games. We talk about other stuff too.
I know. That's why I said I'm letting that slide.
But yeah,
We talk about food too.
we talk about everything. But
Yeah.
but nah, that's my
about
non-game.
food.
Getting to do stuff with them. That's
Y'all
my
better
highlight.
have been talking about those Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster, because they're really good.
I have no idea what they are.
She doesn't know.
You'll find out
Doesn't know
one
what
day.
those are.
All you have to do, Fulia, is come to Canada, because not only do we have Red Lobster here, we also have Chick-fil-A here, so we could do both.
Okay.
We do. That's correct.
Do
I'll put it
Chick-fil-A
in my
the right
calendar.
time. Do Chick-fil-A right this time.
Yeah.
Don't be getting
She did it wrong, apparently.
the grilled chicken
Mitch's
sandwich.
fault. Blame Mitch.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, God.
Matt, how about you?
I'm gonna try to stay the course at non-gaming because Extra Life is definitely there's a lot of video games involved in Extra Life, so I'm not gonna do that one. My trip to Iceland. It was a trip of a lifetime. I don't remember where I talked about it. It's either on a Pants or a real it's on something Carpool Gaming Patreon somewhere. Okay, it's somewhere there. I talked about it at length for Iceland. It's a trip of a lifetime, so definitely a highlight for sure.
Nice, man. Yeah, it sounded like you had a fun trip, dude. So,
Yeah.
all right, Fulia, how about you?
So I'm going to say my whole US trip. So it incorporates Extra Life as
That
well.
seems fair. That seems fair.
Yeah. I was very hesitant about coming to the country because of multiple reasons. But when I got there, I had the best time, and I got to meet amazing people, including those of us from the community here. And Disneyland, Disneyland. Oh my gosh, it's like the best place to be. I had the best time, and because it was my first time even visiting a Disneyland of sorts, my cheeks were in so much pain by the end of the day because of how much I was smiling all day. That's how great it was. It really is the best place on earth, and I would definitely go back in a heartbeat if I could.
Yeah, especially because it must have been even more of a highlight for you, who was actually a big Disney fan on top of that.
Yes. The fact that I also got to meet Baymax and get a hug with him, and even did a fist bump, and oh my gosh, it was so good. The only thing that was missing was getting a hug from Stitch.
Aw.
I missed Stitch. I didn't get to see Stitch while I was there.
Well, that's a bummer.
Your
I
next
know how
trip
much
should
you
be to
love
Disney
Lilo and
World.
Stitch.
Go to Disney World and you'll get all that handled.
Okay.
That's true.
Go to the real one.
And before you start thinking, well, I've already been to Disneyland, but Disney World is a much different
It is.
place.
I've heard it's 5 parks, and it'll take a week to get through.
And it's awesome. And then what you have to do while you're there is you have to add the secret sixth park, which is Universal, which is even better than Disney.
That's the one thing I also missed out on when I was in California as well. If I had had the time and the money, I would have gone to Universal as well, but I just didn't get a chance to do that, unfortunately.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Because I when we used to go as a kid, because my family would take us on a trip every other year to Florida, and we would go to both parks. Universal was always the highlight of that trip. Like, it was like Disney World was fine, and like Epcot was fine, and MGM was fine, but Universal was where it was at, because it was more like that, especially because there were a lot of rides based off movies that I really liked. Like, there was a Terminator ride, Back to the Future, Twister, King Kong, Earthquake, like all that stuff was so cool. E.T.
Yeah.
Oh man, Universal is the best.
And the one other non-gaming highlight that I'd also like to mention is the musical theater shows I got to work on this year. Like, I didn't get to do too many of them. I got to do 2. But I was very proud of being able to be part of those teams and just working with them and getting to know, the cast and the crew, and just learning all the ins and outs of all these, different elements that create these musical theaters and how great they look on stage. It's so much fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it sounds like we all had a great 2024, but that is going to do it for the PlayStation Drive, and of course for Carpool Gaming for 2024. We're saying goodnight, but before we go, of course, we gotta say thank you for the final time in 2024 to our patrons over at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming, starting with our ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, the man behind the music on this podcast, as well as the Xbox Drive. You can find out all of his music over on his Linktree, linktr.ee/pme.jib. He's got some new music coming out in the next year, so make sure to check him out over there. Cwagmire, who humbly reminds you that the best babes are in fact Xenobabes. And TechMike, who says, whether you're a Kevesi or Agnian, you're a Xenobabe at heart. Links to all of our ultimate producers can always be found in the description of our podcast. Our platinum producers, Smokin Joe, Solo, The Captain, and Tim Paullin. And our gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave 1337, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, Jan32, Ligerwoods 330, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Peje, Shane Erickson, TheDonRob, the Jiggy Collector, and our newest gold member, Toxic. Huge thank you once again to all of our patrons over at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming. If you want to hop in the car with us, head on over there, choose the tier that's right for you. And again, for the final time this year, Ron Plugs go.
Savoy Prime on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, Backlog, True Trophies, Blue Sky, and Savoy_Prime on Twitter.
And Matt?
You can find me as Nagachaka in the Carpool Gaming Discord, on Twitter, and on Blue Sky.
And Fulia?
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch at Foolish Fuji. You can also find me on socials, Blue Sky, Instagram at Foolish Fuji. And you can also jump on over to my website, foolishfuji.com, for all that and more. But if you also want to go over to foolishfuture.car.co
Gotta
to
finish
check
off
out
the year,
all
right?
of the socials from there, you can.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
And as for me, you can't find me on any social media anymore, but you can find me over on Backlogged at Ryan Turford, where I'll be compiling all the games that I play in the year of our Lord 2025. As I play through them, I've already started building up all the games from that doc that I showed off. So they're slowly being added to the list there. So make sure to check me out there. I'm also just in the Discord at Ryan Turford. You can also find us, Carpool Gaming, over on Blue Sky at Carpool Gaming, right here, youtube.com/Carpool Gaming, and twitch.tv/Carpool Gaming Live, and podcast services around the globe. Now, before we go, I just wanted to say something special since, of course, it is the last show of the year. This year of the PlayStation Drive has been really special to us, getting together as a crew. We just, joined all together earlier this year, and it's been an amazing year with podcasting with the three of you. I've been having so much fun doing the PlayStation Drive. So thank you to everyone who listened. Thank you to everyone who supported us over the past year with the change that we made here. And huge thank you to all of our listeners, whether you're new or old, to Carpool Gaming. We appreciate you. We want to wish you, of course, a safe and happy holiday season. And we will be seeing y'all in the next year. So get ready, because we're going to have an awesome year of PlayStation Drive next year. I can feel it. Y'all.
Let's go.
Really great. So for Fulia, Matt, and Ron, I'm Ryan. This has been the PlayStation Drive, episode 180. And again, only 20 more before 200. And we're out. Good night, everybody.
Happy holidays, friends.
Holidays!
Thanks for checking out this week's episode of the PlayStation Drive. Now, before you drive off, please make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget to check out our awesome merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, where you'll unlock all kinds of exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description.